You are about to enter the Red and Rev Sports Show experience. Get ready for some real sports talk from some real sports fans who were real sports athletes who have sports knowledge.
What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 384, Red and Real Sports Show. Yeah, I gotta forgive me. I'm a little tired today, but like we all say, I'm gonna make it through. What we going through today? What we talking about? NBA free agency begins. There was a lot of moves in the NBA this week. Definitely gonna talk about them. Malik Beasley under investigation. Man, will these athletes stop gambling? Don't you make enough money in your contracts? What you gambling for? Coco Golf having some issues at Wimbledon. The Bucks making some moves. Knicks finally got a new coach. Steelers making moves. Dolphins trying to make moves. That and a lot more in the sports world. We winding down. One more episode to go before we take our hiatus. You know how it is in July. Dead sports month, but we still got a few topics to talk about. 384. Let's hit it.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Red and Coach are coming to you live from the ATL Shouted. Giving you real sports talk. As we are real sports fans who are real sports athletes who have what, gentlemen? Real sport knowledge. So hang out with your boys, Rev, and Coach for episode 384 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And as is our custom, we turn our numbers attention to our numerologist, Coach Patrick Thomas, who's going to give us something or someone that deals with those three digits, 3, 8, and 4. What you got for us, Coach?
All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Well, this was pretty easy. I had a couple of choices, but I'm gonna go with the one who everybody knows that they actually can call him the mouth that roared. Big-time college player, played at a small-time school, Savannah State, but actually came on and was one of the greatest tight ends in the NFL history. He currently is on hiatus now, but of course he got his talk show, so he'll be back pretty soon. 3-time Super Bowl winner, number 84. You love him. Some people hate him, but hey, he's around. Shannon Sharpe. I'm sorry, Shannon. Oh, I get that mixed up. Shannon Sharpe for the Denver Broncos, number 384. Shannon Sharpe, not Sterling Sharpe. That Sterling doesn't do all that mouthing.
I don't know if Sterling wants to be associated with his brother these days. Who knows? Who knows? One, Shannon Sharpe, a.k.a. Club Shay Shay, is in the building.
Yep.
All right. That's cool. All right. We want to welcome Revenant Nation as we press this train forward. The VP is in the building, ready to slam down the gavel for another fire session of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Revenant Nation, you know what to do. Rides all the way up and show all the way out. Let's go. But the VP cracking on me, Rev, Doctor sound like Coach, explaining the show's motto. Yeah, I got tongue tied. I'm not 100%. Yeah, I'm not 100% today, but it's all good. We're going to press our way through it. All right. Anybody else from Revenant Nation, let us know if you're tuning in so we can shout you out. Also, if you don't mind, please like and share this broadcast. Who knows, your like or share might lead somebody else to Revenant Nation. And as I always do, I make sure I don't tell you all to do something that I'm not willing to do. So I'm about to share this episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show on my sports outlets so that I have a leg to stand on. All right. With that being said, we're going to press on and let's see somebody else. What's up, Joe Black over there on YouTube? What's going on? Brother Horace is joining us. What's up, Ho? We truly appreciate you, bro, for tuning in for another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And I was trying to, there it is, trying to share it on one more of my outlets so I won't be accused of not practicing what I'm preaching. With that being said, let's jump right into these cope moments for this week. Our dope moments. Good morning, Sylvia Harris. Glad to have you this morning. All right, let's jump into dope cope. What are we doping on? Being our best exciting moment for this week. What are we noping on? That thing that causes us to shake our head. And then what are we coping with? That thing that's causing us to really try to wrestle with what we're feeling. So, Coach, we'll go with you first today. What are you doping on?
My dope moment goes to the Chicago Cubs, who really kind of took the literal meaning of 4th of July fireworks city and 4th of July fireworks seriously by destroying the Cardinals, hitting 7 home runs yesterday in one game. And one guy had 3, and they just made a mockery of the pitching staff yesterday. So I'm going to go with the Chicago Cubs and their bomb squad, but let's setting off fireworks at Wrigley Field yesterday.
Red, what are you doping on, sir?
I think it was 8 home runs, Coach, but that was
Okay.
still a
They had
good
8.
I
Okay.
think that's what I heard. But yeah, that was good. Chicago Cubs, they mashing away. What I'm doping on, real? I am doping on something I heard earlier this week, and that is Tony Parker reminiscing about the old Lakers Spurs rivalry, and reminiscing especially upon the time that Kobe learned French, learned a different language to trash talk Tony Parker. Is what he said. Yeah, he said Kobe learned to speak French just to trash talk him during the playoffs. So dope to Kobe going that far to learn a third language, because I know he already spoke Italian, but another language just to trash talk one of your most hated rivals at that time, Tony Parker. So dope to Kobe. I know I dope on him all the time on my page, but that was one I heard this week that I had to give a special shout out to. All right, I'm done.
Awesome.
Bonjour.
Awesome. All right, I am doping on
a
sport that I've never doped on this show. And I'm a dope on the NHL. There were over 20 players of color, including at least 10 black athletes who were drafted during the NHL draft. So we see that there's more color coming to the NHL. So that is really dope. And we might see more black eyeballs watching NHL in the days to come. So big ups to the NHL, expanding its brand, allowing it to become more diverse. Oh, yeah. Red, what are you doping
on? My note moment goes to someone who I doped on last week, and not that exciting of a dope, but this is going to be a pretty harsh note. And that is one pitcher, Chase Burns. Chase, what a debut, big dog. 5 innings, striking out Yankees left and right. Pretty good job. Second start, Clown didn't even get out the first inning. 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, 0 strikeouts. Way to go, Chase. What a Bryce Elder performance you gave on your second start. But anyway, I doped on you from the first start, and after this second awful start, I had to nope on you. So please don't put me in a position to have to cope with you next week, okay? Don't do nothing stupid off the field, okay? So, but anyway, that's enough for Chase Burns, hopefully for me for the rest of the season, unless the Reds make it to the playoffs. But anyway, nope for you, Chase Burns. Not a good second start after just a promising debut.
Oh, come on! All right.
No, that wasn't the music. It was supposed to be that.
Oh, now Rev want to DJ the sound bites. Okay, I got you. I'm noping on some ladies that need to get a grip. Now I got to nope on the WNBA basketball players. How dare you all vote the cash cow of the league in the person of Caitlin Clark, the 9th best guard, not just the 9th best player, but the 9th best guard in the WNBA. That shows you all are clearly a bunch of haters. There are not 9 players in the WNBA that are better than Caitlin Clark. Let's be clear. All right. I think you might be able to, it might be hard to find 5. And we're seeing like how well she adapted to the league and how much of an impact she made for her team last year. Because we're seeing A'ja Wilson ain't looking that great this year without Kelsey Plum. She was ruling the roost. But now Kelsey done gone to the LA Sparks, and they just get beat by almost 40 points the other night. And not beasting like they were when Kelsey was on the team. Meanwhile, Caitlin takes the worst team in the league, and they're a playoff team last year. Stop it, man. Y'all are losing credibility, and y'all going to mess around and lose the fans that you gain because of being stupid. So, ladies, get a grip. You all are sickening because you can't embrace the fact that Caitlin Clark is that woman and that she is the face of the league. She may not be the very best player, but there ain't 9 people better than her. Let's be clear. Coach, what you open on?
Well, I would ask for my favorite soundbite, yeah, baby, but I don't think I'm gonna get it for this one. Americans at Wimbledon. My gosh, did you all put your hands on a tennis ball and the aliens took your powers and where you couldn't play? Coco Gauff, Madison Keys, Frances Tiafoe, Naomi Osaka. I mean, the list goes on and on of Americans getting drop kicked at Wimbledon and at home. Not even making the semis, the quarters, or nothing. Like your powers got taken away. I guess you got to find yourself. Maybe the trip overseas got you. I don't know, but the Americans are not doing very good at Wimbledon. So find your powers some kind of way and get them back, all y'all, because Americans are dropping. Another one dropped today, but hey, not looking good over the overseas on that pond.
Oh, come on!
All right. It's on me. And I'm going to piggyback up on what Coach just talked about. Now that Venus and Serena are gone, especially the Black community are really leaning towards Coco Gauff taking the next leap. And I'm coping with the fact that right now she's not building on her success from one tournament to the next. I mean, we're not asking you to win every championship. But after you win a championship or a Grand Slam, you can't go out in the first round. Come on, Coco. We need you to sustain consecutive tournaments. Win a tournament, go to the semifinals. Quarterfinals might work every now and then. But you can't win one and then get bounced out in the first round. That just doesn't work. So, Coco, you get my coat moment. You're still young, still got time to build on. But we need you, the African-American community. That's the we I'm talking about. We need you to build on your success, not shrink after your success. All right? Appreciate you. Coach, what are you coping with?
I'm coping with the New York Yankees, who were the darlings of the American League at the beginning of the year. The first few months was tearing up the league. Aaron Judge was bombing away, and everybody was feeling good, and they were riding high, and now they lost their lead, albeit for a brief moment, but they lost their lead, and they let the worst team, the sorry Mets, beat them yesterday, and it's getting worse and worse for the Yankees. It's getting so bad that my brother started to go to the transfer portal, but he changed his mind right now. He said he'll wait. He'll give him some time, but the New York Yankees have hit a bump that I know they didn't expect, even with their team hitting home run. But of course, hey, they got time to recover, like another team I know. No comment.
All righty then. Red, finish it up, man. What are you coping with?
All right. I was looking for a particular comment. Okay, no, I got it right here. Okay, yeah. I am coping with one, Tracy McGrady and Dwayne Wade. Once again, more guys talking trash about Kobe now that he's gone. We got T-Mac saying he could have replaced Kobe. And now D-Wade says Gasol should have won Finals MVP over Kobe. Oh my God. Well, these guys are making me laugh. Okay. First, D-Wade, you literally break Kobe's nose and he had to get a freaking mask on. And then he hit I don't know how many game winners over you after he put that mask on. So, dude, your credibility is void. Okay, not needed. And T-Mac, talk about a choke job, man. Dude, how dare you talk about you could have replaced Kobe with the Lakers, and now you're saying you could have won your own championships without Shaq back in the day. T-Mac, Mr. Choke Job Central, Mr. I don't know how many 3-1 leads away. Man, we ain't even got time to go into all of them, but maybe later. But all I gotta say is you two guys need to keep the mama's name out your mouth, because this is blasphemy. Unless it's something positive, you two have a Coke and a smile and shut it up, okay? Because you two have no place to be discussing the mama. D-Wade running to LeBron to save your legacy. And then him doing the same thing. And T-Mac, you don't even have a legacy of winning, man. So please, your ringless self, shut up. Both of you. Done. Y'all look, I'm tired.
Now, Red, I gotta take issue with one of the people you mentioned. D-Wade did win a championship with not the Shaq that Kobe won a championship with. So
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
but he needed LeBron to get his other two.
yeah. But you know, we do know that. Are we gonna really say that, Coach?
Well, yeah, that's true.
I know. I had to sneak it in for fun, man.
Because I mean, we can't talk about D-Wade needed LeBron, Kobe needed Shaq for 3 of them. Come on now, let's come on now. Let's be honest with this Kobe talk now. I know that should do.
T-Mac different.
Yeah, T-Mac, I can get with you on T-Mac. But D-Wade, it wasn't no scrub, and D-Wade was a 3-time champion. Who did it with a less than 100% Shaq.
All right.
So I got to let you back up off of D-Wade just a little bit. But fair game, T-Mac all the way. All right. We went around the horn, didn't we?
Yep.
All right, let's see where Rev.
I think.
Let's see what Rev Night Nation has to say in their comments, and please forgive me because I'm definitely not feeling the best, but we'll be all right. The VP said, "Coach, I'm calling you out. You've done Uncle Shay Shay before. Get your numbers game up." So the VP calling you out.
You wasn't here last week. Be quiet.
The VP said, "Dope, Kyle Riley, tying Ken Griffey's Jr.'s home run record before the All-Star break. Kudos, young man. Joe Black, doping on the Hawks, finally seem to have a good GM.
Yeah.
The VP noping in the climate that we're in today, this Mexican ninja should have known better. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. was arrested and deported by ICE after his fight with that internet clown Jake Paul. Bruh overstayed his visa. Bye-bye. VP also coping on Liverpool football players attending the funeral of their falling teammate Diogo Jota. He and his brother Andre Silva died in a car crash. Prayers for the family, and we definitely pray for the family. Joe Black noping on Malik Beasley owing the barbershop and dentist so much that they garnish his game checks and him gambling. The VP said, I'm with you, Reverend Dr. Lee continues to poo-poo on their cash cow. Did they forget that $1 billion TV deal does not happen without Caitlin Clark? Amen to that, sir. Like Birdman said, put some respect on her name for sure. The VP said, also, I'm with you, Coach. Wimbledon is taking American women down left and right. England is laughing, saying this is our July 4th celebration. Naomi Osaka, her post-game interview was like, she flat out told the press that she was going to be a negative Nancy. She is the epitome of ebbs and flows. Tighten up. Venus and Serena would have never been negative after a loss. They would have embraced the moment and gotten better. Those Williams girls were built differently. Compton will do that to you. Shout out to King Richard for creating those tennis greats, no doubt about it. And Nando was all on Red's attack of T-Mac and D-Wade, said 3,000% facts spoken. All right, let's see. We got some more. Yes, Jerome Case is in the building. He said F1 racing having a #1 ranked movie about the sport in the theater, coping the lack of sports excitement and fake boxing. Nope, the Sixers just because. All right, we'll see if your note will stick with the Sixers going forward. Let's get into some Revenant Nation talk. NBA free agency has officially begun. So that means we're talking basketball. As we talk about the NBA free agency, I want to ask the panel, was there any move that excited you? Was there any move that disappointed you? With that being said, Red, we'll let you jump in there first. We know your team made a move. Did that move really excite you? Or did it disappoint you?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. What you got to say?
I think I'm in the middle for probably both teams, to be honest with you, as far as the moves they made. Both of them acquired a big man, the Hawks, Kristaps Porzingis, and the Lakers with DeAndre Ayton. Now, Kristaps Porzingis probably more exciting. I would probably be more excited with that move if it weren't for his health history. DeAndre Ayton, I would probably be more excited that move if it weren't for his head history. And when I say head, I mean mental head history. So, but as I stated earlier, as I mentioned to someone earlier, a lot of that mental stuff with DeAndre was probably going on with Monty Williams with the Phoenix Suns. And they didn't really get along, so I can understand that. As far as what's been going on in Portland the last few years, they haven't been a winning team, so I'm not holding nothing that happened over there against them. He's back with a winning team now, a team that has expectations. So I remember when Phoenix did have expectations, he played well enough to get them to the finals at least before him and his money relationship just deteriorated in the finals per se. So I don't think, I would hope that wouldn't happen with LeBron and Luka and Redick around. If he's good enough to lead us to the finals, he's good enough to help us win the finals. So being with a better team, we'll see how the 8 move works out. Now, as far as Porzingis, dude's just gonna stay healthy. I mean, if he stays healthy and available, then it'll be a decent move, a solid move. Let's see. I mean, it was a lot of other moves. Not too many moves really excited me. You know what I'm saying? I still was a little surprised at the Miles Turner. And Milwaukee hook up. I would have thought Miles would have went back to Indiana, but if he left the Pacers, he wouldn't stay in the East. He would go out west. But other than that, the Warriors' lack of moves probably surprised me more than anything. Minnesota keeping their core together. Denver probably restacking their bench a little bit. Like I say, the Durant trade to Houston, not really free agency, but for the most part, some teams got better, and we'll see when it gets to when the season starts, how these moves relate to the court. But for the most part, my team, I'm in the middle of both. Not disappointed, but I'm not excited. I would love to see how these moves fit before I start reaching my excitement levels. So in the middle right now.
Coach, what you got to say about free agents?
You look at the team like the Houston Rockets, who firmly seem to have entrenched themselves into one of the teams to take out the Oklahoma City Thunder. They made some good moves all around in every position. Got a big man, got the guards, got Durant, got some other guys. The Hawks made some good moves, getting Alexander Walker and those other players to fill out, help the bench and help the starters as well, and getting rid of some folks. Like I said, you got old Crispy, stay crispy and not fall apart with his season of injuries. The Nuggets, depending on what Jonas Valanciunas does, because they rumors of him going to Europe and playing, but if he stays, they fortified their bench with Bruce Brown and him and some other guys, and they got rid of the man who sets up tents out of the three-point line and never does nothing else, Michael Porter Jr., for Cam Johnson, which is a smart move. You can get Michael Porter Jr. and take his non-playing defense and three-pointers out of the way, send him on his way. Thank goodness. So Denver's looking good as well. The Lakers saved themselves with Ayton, but who in the name of Krispy Kreme donuts is Jake LaRavia? What basketball cycles has he been seen on other than bringing water and Gatorade to other players? He may be something, but he hadn't been on the market. And the Milwaukee Bucks, well, I know you had to get rid of Dame because he's not playing. You didn't have to get rid of him. And you did a move by spreading his salary out, but you had already made the biggest mistake in the world. Doc Rivers still your coach. So that's enough for everybody. And finally, most teams did what the Pelicans didn't do anything to help themselves. They were talking about they were going to try to build up to get back in the playoffs. I'm waiting on the playoff move for them. But overall, it was a decent day for a lot of people, but some people swung and missed. So we'll see how it all turns out.
All right, gentlemen. I'm gonna put some on the board real quickly because I may have to backtrack some of my sentiments that I had early in the week when it comes to one of the things Coach just said. Let me type this in real quickly. I meant to put it up. All right. So I'm going to have this ticker because I think we might be disrespecting a player where we need to do like Birdman said and put more respect on his name.
Respect.
All right, here we go. Let me type in one more stat. And now keep in mind, when you see this, you're going to look at a huge money difference as well. All right. So here we go. Red, this is for you in particular, because this affects your team. Dorian Finney-Smith, 8.7 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 1.4 assists. Meanwhile, Jake LaRavia, 6.9 points, 3.9 total rebounds, 2.4 assists. Now, let's go to the money aspect. Dorian Finney-Smith signs with the Rockets. 4 years, $53 million. 4 years, $53 million. So that's over $10 million per. Meanwhile, Jake LaRavia contract with the Lakers, he signed for 2 years, $12 million. Did the Lakers really make a bad move? When you look at those stats, they're saving $4 million.
I mean, plus he might be a better 3-point shooter. He shot 42%.
He might be on.
I mean, how good is it? What'd you say?
Well, that's a good question. That's a good question in terms of how good is his defense. I think he's a better offensive player, no doubt, because Dorian Finney-Smith is a spot-up 3-point shooter. Jake LaRavia can get his shot off the dribble. I had to look at some highlights because I was taken aback that the Lakers would sign him day one. That's where it bothered me. But after doing some research, he's not really a bum. So Red, looking at those numbers, do you feel better?
I felt a little bit better after I saw it, because I saw the breakdown the other day. I felt a little bit better, but I still think Finney-Smith might be a little bit better of a defender.
Okay. Coach,
but if he can
made
shoot,
the statement about,
can shoot.
Coach, you made the statement about LaRavia. Are you walking back your statements a little bit?
Well, I'm gonna dial down a little bit because those numbers you just put up in front of me, which are not that impressive for either one, but hey, they're similar. So, less money, pretty much. Looking at this, which you have so expertly provided, similar players. So you save money. Now, can young Jake Lobotomy do anything on the court? We're going to see how it translates. But then again, it probably won't matter because you save money and he's going to get about as much playing time as Finney-Smith, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Some we have not addressed, and we can't move on without addressing it. Damian Lillard gets waived by the Bucks. Who saw that coming? Was that a fair foul or foul move by the Bucks? What you got, Coach? What'd you say?
Of course, it was foul. You know, I got to say foul because. One, he's not going to play this year or next year, barring the out-and-out miracle of science and bionics, the $6 million man. He's not going to play. So waiving him saves you money. And he spread his contract over those years, which is going to save you more money, and which allowed you to get Miles Turner, who's going to help you down in the post. So, hey, it seemed like a very wrong move by the Bucks, but what can you do with him? He's not going to play. So spread that money out, get you another player that will be playing, and let us move on. Now, Lillard, I don't think he's hurting because he's still getting paid, even though he's not playing. And the relationship with him and Giannis it was kind of like the food, the meat they serve at the cafeterias nowadays, suspect.
That's interesting. That's a good way of putting it. Now, we know that the Bucks waived Dame, stretch his contract over the next 5 years. They use that as leverage to be able to sign Miles Turner. So, with that being said, are the Bucks better with Miles and without Damian, or are they pretty much the same? What says you, Coach?
Just like teaching somebody how to swim, they treading water. That's basically what they're doing. I don't think they got that much better with Turner.
Okay. Red, your thoughts about Dame getting waived, and do you think the Bucks are better without him with the move that they made, or are they treading water like Coach said? Red Rose. All right, we must have the mannequin challenge going on with Red. Hopefully he'll come back to us at some point. All I see is the bottom of his head. And when we'll get some more movement with him, we'll see in a minute. Let's see if Reverend Nation. All right, there he is. Are you back?
No, I'm here.
All right. All right. We were trying to see if got frozen.
Cut. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, we're trying to ask you, was it fair or foul or foul?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm ready.
No, I'm saying I'm giving it back to you so you know what we're saying. So is it fair, foul, or foul that they waived him, and are the Bucks better having waived him and signed Miles Turner, or are they just treading water? What you got to say?
I think it was crazy financially that you cut him and still got to pay that money over all that time, plus sign Miles Turner now, but you put yourself in a position where you can't really make any more moves. Not really, unless you cut some more people. How is it fair to Lillard? Yeah, because he get to be a free agent. So I pray he probably thinks it's extremely fair, but I mean, financially, it's not fair to the team. And to Giannis, it's foul because you kind of blindsided him. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he asked out in the next year too, especially if they come in the next year and the Miles Turner signing doesn't really help them get over the hump, which I don't know. I mean, you still got those young guys in the backcourt. I mean, we'll see. We'll see if Miles Turner is a good substitute for Brook Lopez, who went on. But I mean, it's yet to be seen. I think Lillard is happy because I think he hated being so far away from Portland where his family is. So I know he'll probably be happier if he can find a team closer to the West Coast. Or who knows, Sacramento. I mean, well, yeah, he'll have his options to play closer to home. But financially for the Bucks is foul. And for Giannis, it's a little foul because the team had to make a move, but foul they made this particular move. And it won't be foul if he asks for a trade in a few months.
All right. Now, did you all hear what may have led up to the waiving of Damian Lillard? There were reports that the Bucks did not sign off on him doing his rehab in Portland, Oregon, where his kids are located. And therefore, that rubbed the Bucks the wrong way. Any comments about that if it's true?
I don't see what was the big issue. I mean, number one, he's a star player. Number two, he's not going to even be playing for the next year. So, what's the issue of him being closer to his family? I mean, if it's something he's required to be back in Milwaukee for, okay, fine. But when you not really part of the team because you're hurt and definitely not going to be playing anytime soon, I personally don't see I mean, this is a star player. So he's earned the right to ask for a request like this. I mean, if it was another player, maybe not, but a player of Damian Lillard's caliber, and like I say, once again, he's not going to be playing. He's not going to be playing for at least a year. I mean, they say he can come back when at the start of next season or something, or maybe at the when the playoffs start next season. But that next season, he's not going to be playing at all this season. So no, I don't see why. I don't see why they made to the issue and so much an issue to where you had to cut him and now became the ire of Giannis displeasure. So, I mean, shoot yourself, Milwaukee.
Coach, you got any thoughts on this?
Yeah, well, hey, the three words that come out on this thing is it's a business. And that's simple as that. It's a business. Sometimes you make decisions that you might not think are in the best interest, but tough decisions have to be made. So there you go.
So help us understand, what was the tough decision that you're referring to?
Letting go of somebody who at one point you thought was going to be your point guard for the next 5 years. 6 years, at least, for so many years. So now it's almost like you got to start over finding you another point guard.
I think this is the dilemma that the Bucks found themselves in. Red talked about how great Lillard is. Unfortunately, the Bucks never really experienced much of that greatness. So Portland may have given them more of a pass than the Milwaukee Bucks. But Dame didn't have the most illustrious career in Milwaukee. Plus, let's remember, there were 50 million reasons why the Bucks would be concerned about his rehab. Man getting paid $50 million a year, and I guess they wanted to monitor his rehab. So I get it from one side, he earned the respect, but at the same time, I get it from the Bucks side. We want to make sure that we're monitoring our investment. So both sides have serviceable argument. That's what I'll say. All right. Revenant Nation, Curtis Roberts, what's going on, sir? Nando says all moves the Atlanta Hawks made were good, especially drafting Newell, but we don't need Giannis on this team.
Don't? What?
Boy, you crazy.
What?
You are crazy. The heck we don't. Crazy. We're talking about we don't need Giannis. I bet if we get him, Nando, you won't be poo-pooing the move. I ain't saying they have to get him, but don't say we don't need him. I'm saying if we got him, we can show use him.
All right. We got some more comments. Obviously, y'all were not on board with Nando's. VP said it's fair. Lillard played 70% of their games this year. Not a good look with what they're paying him. He's still getting paid, but the Bucks had to do what they had to do. They should have gotten Dame 10 years ago. He's not great value. Timu status. Facts. Love the analogy. The VP said Red, when he was frozen, is texting his dealer. Jerome Case, just remember the Bucks cut Dame and cut Thanasis, a clown franchise. Well,
Thanasis make no difference.
Thanasis is the brother of Giannis, arguably the franchise greatest player. So, that comes with some perks. We already know the deal. He says, Rev, the Bucks could have monitored Dane's progress via doctor's reports and progress documentation. They could have, but if I'm paying you $50 million, I determine at the end of the day what this is going to look like, not you, because the paycheck is coming from my organization. If he wants to pay himself, that's one thing. But if my organization is paying him $50 million, I think I have a say-so on what's appropriate or not. Nando, the city of ATL would roll out the red carpet for the Greek freak if he were signed with you all, for sure.
Every car.
For sure, but that's not happening anytime soon. Also, VP said the Atlanta Hawks would have to make up a position for Greek's brother, automatic valet. LiAngelo Ball just into the chat.
No,
That's
Lord. See.
All right, we talked a good portion of NBA free agency. We're now at halftime on the other side. We're gonna see what Red got to say about this Braves report, and then we got 5 for 5. We already touched one of the topics, so we may have to switch one of them. But nevertheless, we'll be right back with the second half of the Red and Rev Sports Show. We'll be right back. There we go. And we're back for the second half of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Red, I don't know where you went, but hopefully he'll be coming back soon as we're in time for our Braves report in just a moment. There Red is. I don't know if he was trying to give up the Braves report this week because there was not a whole lot of good news to report. With that being said, let's get into it. I am glad that with our hiatus coming up, we don't have to talk too much about the Braves going forward. With that being said,
that is so lovely.
Red, get ready. We're coming at your way in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
This is my chop for next season, because this season is over with. So this is my chart for 2026. Anyway, what's going on with the Braves report this week, y'all? Not much. 4 games, 1 win, 3 losses. You barely scored runs in any of the losses. You got shut out. I think the first game. Yeah, almost got shut out the second game, but you came back and had one of the magical big innings. Then the third game, Bryce Elder pitched, so you can imagine what happened. And last night, Spencer Strider pitched, but we didn't give him the run support, so you can imagine what happened. So it is for you. Another week, another Braves pitcher goes down. Spencer Schwellenbach lose him to the injured list, fractured elbow. Another streak is snapped. Matt Olson's 33 game on base streak snap. That was probably the best thing looking forward to every game, seeing if he was gonna get on base. The good news, Ron Acuna is starting the All-Star game after only 50 games or less. Starting the All-Star game. First time that's happened since 1949 with Joe DiMaggio for the Yankees. So that's a good thing. Ron Acuna, still a great player, still on track to make the Hall of Fame. Keep it up, Ron. You got the best thing going for us right now. Best player on the team. Right now, all I can say is this season is about over with. Braves, do yourselves a favor and start getting ready for 2026. Start selling some pieces that you know are not going to be part of this team next year. Marcell Ozuna, one. Rev mentioned Chris Sale. That's another. Like I say, just pieces that you know we need to rebuild this farm system in any way, by any means possible. We got the draft coming up next week. That's a good opportunity to build some depth and add to the farm system. But Alex, man, you better stop drafting these folks that ain't no good, man. We need position players. I think we got enough pitchers, man. You need to focus on some position players this year in the draft, because every time somebody get hurt, we ain't got nothing but trash behind them to come up and take the place. And we need to start having something other than trash. We need to start having some solid, competent players in our farm system ready to get a look at when we have injuries to the big guys. I mean, come on now. Dodgers are doing it. The Yankees are doing it. The Phillies are doing it. All these winning clubs got great farm systems. Well, we want to be like them. We got to have a great farm system. We used to have it. What happened? You happened, Alex. Well, you got to get it together now with your drafting. So, looking forward to the draft next week and seeing what Alex can do. But this year is about over with. So, all we can do now is sell the pieces that we're not going to use, prepare for 2026 and beyond, and let's go Braves in the future. This season is about done, and so is the Braves report. Done.
All right, Coach, you want to jump in and say anything?
Did you see who was the pitcher for the Orioles last night?
Was it Blewett?
Huh?
Was it Blewett?
Nope.
The guy who used to pitch for the Braves, Blewett?
No.
Oh, Uncle Charlie.
That's right. Charlie Moore came back and beat the Braves. That means the season is really over now. I can't give him nothing to work with now. You let Charlie Moore, who, by the way, in the last 6 games is 4-0 with a 2.9 ERA. You let Charlie Moore come back in here and beat you. So I don't know what to say about the Braves now. It's not looking too good. Maybe Ronald Acuna can make them feel good and win the home run derby on that Monday. So we'll see.
The president said, well, that report was about as cheerful as an IRS audit given by Wesley Snipes. Well, I think if some of y'all had taken your cue from me, I'd already let
ain't got nothing to do.
Well, I had already kind of let everybody know where I was. I'm in 2026. This season was clearly over. And when you look at the injuries and then also the Braves knew what they were doing this year. They tried to be frugal because they didn't want to get taxed for the third straight year. So this is why they let some people go and, didn't replace a Max Fried. And we realized that the minor league system is not as strong when it comes to pitching as some may have thought. So, so this team has to be retooled. I shared on Red's page. I think the first move should be trading Ozuna. Some team needs him. They want a bat. I think the designated hitter, trade him to a contender, get some type of return on him. Let Baldwin and Murphy platoon at catcher and designated hitter because they have two of the better bats right now. The Braves need to be playing every day. Then if Chris Sale comes back, you might as well try to see if you can get some value for him because Chris Sale has already shown us that he's injury prone. He wasn't available after a Cy Young winning season to pitch in the playoffs. He's down again. So he's over 40. So you already know injuries are going to come knocking at his door. So if he can come back possibly before the trade deadline and pitch a couple of games to show that he's still solid, maybe someone may take a flyer on him and the Braves could get some more value. So we'll see how this works, but the Braves still have some work to do. My mother trying to give my little cousin a shout out. I should have posted this during the dope moment. I'm so proud of my great nephew, Shannon Austin, who looked fantastic in the recent Mets minor league game struck out there. Thanks for sharing. And I think that's single A ball.
Rev, you
Thanks
said
for
Chris
sharing.
Sale was over 40?
Yeah.
Chris Sale is 36.
Oh, he's 36. My bad. I stand correct.
Yeah.
He's like 40.
Yeah.
Oh,
Man, that's why
injury.
his body acting like 40.
It's well over 40 then. I mean, if he's 36, that's good. Get some value for him. I mean, because right now, if you banking on Shelling back, Lopez is hurt, Strider's taking a step back. We may never see the Strider again that we saw before his injury. The Braves got to retool that roster. And they're going to spend some money for quality starting pitching. And we clearly understand that they don't have any dominant pitchers that we've seen so far in the minor leagues. And we've been seeing this for almost a decade now. The only person that we've seen that have really done anything that's come from the minor leagues are Max Fried and Strider. Outside of that, everybody else has been inconsistent.
Right.
Like I saw a post this past week. I don't know if y'all saw it, where it said Bryce Elder will be pitching to Ronald Acuna in the home run derby.
Serve him up.
Might as well pitch to him.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, so we're in trouble, man. Unless the Braves decide to open up the purse strings. If they don't,
Right.
they're gonna have to compete. If they're trying to win a championship in a league that doesn't have a salary cap, you got to spend some money.
Right.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
Or you got to have
open
some
up the
great
purse.
scouts. You got to have some great scouts at the minor league level.
You said it right. Got to open up the purse string instead of getting people who wear purses. I don't know. Or carry purses. I don't know.
All right, man. That's enough. We don't need to talk about the Braves anymore, man. We got one more report. Thank you, Jesus. And then we're out of here. Man, we've covered 3 of the 5. I mean, 2 of the 5 for 5 of 5. But we'll try to fix them out. All right, it's 5-5 time where we talk 5 topics 5 minutes. My great panelists, co-hosts, will get a minute each to talk, 45 seconds individual, and 15-second group shot. And then if they go over the minute, we have to mute them. So yeah, Red, that landscape ain't working for you right there. All right, so here we go. And the VP, he's paying attention. He said, cue Lunitz. We're queuing him up, as the VP said. There it is. Let's do it. First topic on the board. Football. Atlanta Falcons fans, so y'all good about this? The Dolphins inquire about tight end, one Kyle Pitts. I'm going to start with the Falcons fan first. What says you, Red?
What says me is, man, somebody should have called about this clown a long time ago. I have been done with Kyle Pitts. I was done with him after season 1, to be honest with you. When he came back and had that sophomore slump, season 3 and 4 ain't done nothing to prove me wrong. Kyle Pitts is trash, and he been trash. So, yeah, Dolphins, come take this trash off our hands. And if he does play like trash to you, feel free to throw him in the dumpster where he belongs. When Kyle Pitts made that statement last year, say, I just play here, that's all I need to know about him, man. He ain't no type of leader. He ain't no type of player for passion. He just there, man. That's all he is. He just the guy. That's it.
Coach, what says you?
They need somebody, I guess. Pitts will, if they know how to use it, that's a dangerous weapon. With Waddle and Tyreek out there with Tua trying to throw to him, so we'll see. They can inquire. Maybe they know something everybody else don't. I don't think they do, but we'll see.
All right. I don't see anything from Revenite Nation yet, so we'll move on. Let's go, Coach. You're interested in this topic. Steelers land Jalen Ramsey, trade Michael Fitzpatrick. What says you about this, Coach?
It had the momentum of being something worthwhile. You got Jonnu Smith with him, which you already got tight ends, but I guess one more because they said Smith is like a wideout, so that's good. I hate you gave away Fitzpatrick because that was kind of a quarterback, and he was a senior leader on the team. Was helping it over the defense, helping the defense out with his veteran presence. I hate you had to give him up, but him and Ramsey, they say, are what and what. So I just right now Ramsey got to give me something to trust with because his mental makeup might not be there all the way for me. He got to show me he can be trustworthy.
Red, what says you?
I guess it was a move that I thought the Falcons were gonna make eventually, because all I heard was Ramsey going to the Falcons. But going to the Steelers, I guess it's a solid move for their defense. But like Coach said, you have to give up Fitzpatrick to bring him in. I'm not sure is one better than the other. Jonnu Smith, he was a nice addition because he worked so well in Arthur Smith offense. So that'll probably be an underrated move because, like Coach said, he can actually work well as a wide receiver number 2. Now that you got rid of Pickens, so solid move. It could work out well for both teams. So we'll see.
All right, let's see what Revenant Nation got to say. Got a couple comments. Let me pull them up. All right. The president said, "Now, Red, watch Pitts leave and he'll shine brighter than oily skin at a puppy party." VP said about Pitts, proof that you should never draft a tight end in the first round. Miami would sign Red Rhodes at this point. They grasping at straws. VP says Steelers fans were stoked about the acquisition until they saw that Fitzpatrick was being moved. Jerome K said Red's headphones have COVID-19.
Yeah.
All right. They're a little staticky.
Oh, okay. My bad, y'all.
Yeah, that's what he's referring to. All right. Let's cue it back up. I forgot to keep repeating it. All right, we're going to the third topic. We go to basketball now. Just for my panelists, I added 2 more topics that were not a part of the original 5, since we already talked about Coco and Damian Lillard. So just be ready. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Mike Brown was hired. Y'all hear the music?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Mike Brown was hired, or is the main guy for the Knicks. I don't think the contract has been officially signed yet. With that being said, is he the right man for the guy? Is he a step up above Thibodeau? What says you, Red? Go.
I don't know if he's a step up above Thibodeau, but he's a step away in a, I don't want to say a wrong direction, but it's a step in a different direction from Thibodeau. Now, it could possibly work because he's had championship experience with LeBron. He got the Kings to the playoffs in his first year. Now, I don't know what always happens in the end to get Mike Brown up out of there. I know he wore his welcome with my Lakers. He wore his welcome with the Cavs. He wore his welcome with the Kings. Dude, all you got to do is go in and just cater to Jalen Ramsey. Now, one thing about Mike, I know he'll use the subs now. So he ain't going to have the starters playing 40-some minutes, especially during the playoffs. So that will change. But just make sure you keep your relationship with Jalen Ramsey good, and everything should be okay, Mike.
I didn't know Jalen Ramsey started playing basketball. You mean Brunson.
Yeah,
I got you. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, he's a definite step up because he's taller than Thibodeau. That's all. That's the only step up they doing. Man, please. All these young guys that want to coach and you're not giving them a chance to coach is ridiculous. Y'all, they keep doing retreads. Even Mike Malone would have been something different to be able to help the Knicks. But you get these retreads jobs, it's not going to be successful at all. They'll win some games, but for a championship, no. Not at all.
All right. And Coach, just for the record, if Mike Malone would have gotten another chance, he would have been a retread too. That would have been his third team. Just for the record.
No. Yeah, that's true. But still, he would have been a fresh face. Mike Brown hadn't shown me that Mike Malone has won a title.
Mike Brown brought the Kings to relevancy.
Relevancy.
That wasn't Doug Christie's doing. That was Mike Brown's doing. He and De'Aaron Fox just didn't get along. That's what happened in that situation.
Now that's what I'm surprised at. All right, see, Mike, you can't be burning your bridges, so you're point guard now.
All right, Joe Black said the Knicks took a step down. The VP said James Dolan will give Mike Brown 2 years and fire him if they don't want to chip. Yes, they hold us to different standards. Soundbite White. Jerome Case said Mike Brown was hired to be fired by midseason for whoever the Knicks really want. Mike never lasts. He also said Mike, whoever the Knicks really want, period. And there may be some truth to that because I was listening to NBA radio today, and the word is that Mike Brown wasn't even able or is not able to choose his own assistant coaches. So that's a recipe for disaster right there.
See, that's what I'm saying. Mike, why would you even take the job, man?
Exactly. That's when you got to have some pride. Like, that's just blatantly disrespectful. So you and check this out. So when Thibodeau got fired, one of the things that was alarming was that Rick Brunson Jalen Brunson's father was a problem. But he's still going to be on the staff with the new coach. Like, make that make sense. He was a problem with Thibodeau's staff. So you're going to hold him over and basically put him on Mike Brown's staff. Mike Brown already know the sabotage is in. Sabotage, and the standard's too high because if he doesn't go to the finals, he's going to be up out of there. So, Mike Brown, you did this to yourself. You just wanted the paycheck. If that's the case, I get you, bro. Get the paycheck. Can't be mad at you. But
well, you should be getting paychecks from the. You should be getting paychecks from the Kings still.
Yeah, and the VP says some paychecks aren't good paychecks. Come on, Mike, have some dignity, no doubt about it. Maurice Thor, the Prime Minister. Good afternoon to you, sir. Red Mike has bills and likes food and shelter. That's why he took the job. Must be typical Dolan activity. They should have shown Oakley some respect some years ago. Clown activity. All right, on to the two that I've joined. I put on since we've been on the show. If I can get back to them. All right, here the question. Coach is on you. Based on the NBA draft free agency, who are your ALA? Oh, not that's not the one I wanted first. There it is. What teams improved the most based on NBA free agency and NBA draft? What says you, Coach?
Well, you got to look at Houston. You got to look at Dallas, who, of course, got the #1 pick, and put him in that lineup. Cooper Flag doesn't have a lot of pressure on him to be the best guy because he got some good guys around. If they can stay healthy, you got Dallas has done good. The Hawks could be a player. Those three stand out right now, and then the Nuggets.
Okay. Red. What teams improved the most?
I think I may got the same teams the coach got. I think the Hawks definitely, the Rockets. Now, did he say the Spurs? I think
No.
the Spurs. I'll say the Spurs. I think they made a move or two. I can't remember exactly what they did, but I think they maybe drafted somebody who was a pretty good player to go with Wemby. Yeah.
The point guard.
Okay.
Dylan Harper.
Right. Okay. And that's a good replacement for Chris Paul. So I think the Spurs may be improved. And I'll go with Orlando. Orlando Magic.
Okay.
So,
Was that particular move you like that Orlando made?
Well, I can't stand the guy, but Desmond Bain, that'll give him some decent shooting. They signed Mo Wagner back. I need to look and see who they drafted, but that Bain to go with the size they already had was pretty decent. Because my top 4 teams in the East right now are the Knicks, the Hawks, the Magic, and the Cavs. So.
All right. Well, Red, you lead me to my next question in just a second. The Prime Minister said Houston and Dallas first come to mind. So he liked what Houston did with the trade with Durant and Dallas with the draft pick of Cooper Flag. All right, Coach, you ready for this? I need you to give me your finals based on NBA draft and free agency. Who are your early favorites for the NBA finals? That's one team from the West, one team from the East. Who you got, Coach? You got to tell us why.
Denver and it's tough in the East. Denver and Cleveland.
You got to give some more explanation. Denver surpasses Oklahoma City. Why?
Considering what Denver addressed the biggest need that they had, a bench. They did not have a bench. They got rid of Darusanic, who said he did nothing off the bench. They added Valanciunas. If he stays, I think he will. They got Bruce Brown. They fortified their bench, and then they got rid of the 3-point camp of Michael Porter Jr. and added Cam Johnson, who is the same player, but he's more versatile. So I think they addressed some needs that they had. And I take Cleveland back. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said Cleveland. I'm gonna go with it's tough calls. I just put to be continued. The East is wide open. I don't know who's gonna win it. I can't say Boston. Can't say certain teams.
We're a sports show. We need you to choose one.
Okay, I'm gonna go dark horse. I'm gonna go Orlando Magic. Because I think they got some people around them that they were good. They were decent last year. I think they got some good players around them. It's just that they got to see how Bain works with that offense, and they got to re-sign Wagner. Still got Banchero, whichever one he called himself. So I'll say Orlando.
Red, what you got?
I would love for my Lakers to come out the West, but losing Finney Smith, that's gonna hurt us defensively. Picking up Aiden, that definitely improves our center position, and re-signing Hayes, if we're gonna use them in the playoffs, that helps our front court. But I still got to see how I look on the court. But I'm a Lakers fan, so I don't mind going out on the limb with my Lakers coming out the West, just because we did take care of our most promising need, which was a big man. But we lost a little defense in Finney Smith. So we're going to have to find a way to replace that. I don't think this Jake LaRavia can replace it completely, but he might be able to replace the shooting that we lost with the kids. In the East, you're going to be surprised. But hey, I don't have many opportunities to say this. Yes, I'm going out on the limb. I'm going to say it's my Hawks. They come out the East. Because the last time they gave Trey a good team, he was 2 wins away from coming out the East. And it was against Milwaukee. Well, we ain't got to worry about Milwaukee this year. We ain't got to worry about Boston this year. We ain't got to worry about Indiana this year. All these teams that gave my Hawks fit, they not in the mix this year. Cleveland, my Hawks, we with them last year, so we ain't too worried about Cleveland. Cleveland is scared last year. The Knicks and the Hawks always been a good matchup. Orlando and the Hawks always play tough. So if you're asking me, where do the Hawks stand with the teams I think gonna be tops in the East? They stand right well with them. And now if you ask me, with the additions we made, can we surpass those teams? Well, we got a good chance as any. So with the East being wide open and the Hawks being one of the most improved teams in the East, I say the Hawks go from not making the playoffs one year all the way to the finals the next year. The Atlanta Hawks. That's I don't know if it's my dark horse, but it's definitely my upcoming horse.
Anthony Corey said in the Eastern Conference, Hawks, but Orlando surprisingly will make the finals. In the West is Houston. So you got Houston and Orlando. He says the only thing coming out the West with the Lakers is LeBron James. VP said the Hawks are getting the answers to the test. They're still going to fail miserably. Anthony said Orlando gave us fits. The Prime Minister said, I'll say Cleveland, OKC. Jerome K said Denver, they still had their core and got better on the bench. Plus OKC will crumble as being the hunted. The Knicks, their finals experience and hunger should be enough to power through the East. I think Coach nailed it with the West because Denver was the only team that could take OKC to 7, and Denver got better with a better bench. OKC has no answer for Jokic. So that's why I have to lean towards Coach. With Denver, I wouldn't be surprised if the Hawks are contenders. I would give the nudge to Orlando over the Hawks because I think their team is better constructed. than the Hawks, and they have more continuity. The dark horse, and I stress these two words, IF, if healthy. If healthy. The dark horse would be the Philadelphia 76ers. If healthy.
MB gonna have to come back. He's gonna have to come back at least solid. I don't know how. He may have to play at a superstar level.
If Embiid is at, let's say, 85%, there's nobody in the East who can guard. If Paul George is 75%, with Embiid's 85%, and then you got Maxey, then you got this new kid, VJ, McComey, Edgecomey, whatever his last name is, with McCain, got Kelly Oubre coming back. The Sixers got a solid chance, but that injury bug is going to hurt them, and that's why I can't really make them a true contender. But I'm going to see the Hawks have a good shot, but I wouldn't be surprised if Orlando is the OKC of the East Coast, Eastern Conference rather than this year. That's what I'm rocking with. All right, gentlemen, that ends our 5 for 5. Thank y'all for giving us your insight, Revenant Nation. We truly appreciate you sharing your thoughts on today. We come to the end of the road, like Boys to Men said. You have the right. Who has the right to do what, when, where, and how? Red, we'll start with you. What you got?
Man, after the Braves report, I don't really have nothing else left to say. My Hawks, they doing their thing. The Falcons, they getting ready to start training camp. So I'll say Atlanta Dream. You got the right to get back in this thing. Y'all been struggling a little bit lately, I see. So you got the right to start back playing good. And Brittany Griner, ever since you mouthed off about Caitlin, that's when the bad luck started. So Brittany, you got the right to keep your mouth shut so the Atlanta Dream can start back winning again. Ryan Howard, come on. Alicia Clark, let's go now. Come on now. We need y'all to don't start slacking off now when the other team's doing good. So Ryan Howard, Atlanta Dream, you have the right to start back playing at a higher level so you can make a playoff run when the WNBA makes the playoff push, because you are one of the teams that I wouldn't mind watching going up against the Caitlin Clark when the playoffs start. So let's go Atlanta Dream. Let's get the excitement back. You have the right to start back winning consistently again. Let's go Dream.
Coach, who has the right to do what, when, where, how?
Caitlin Clark, you had a right to not rush to try to come back and play for your team. You had a right to get healthy and be ready down the home stretch. Your team seemed to be treading water and holding up for right now. Don't try to jump back on the court and go out there and struggle, and then everybody start talking again, and then you possibly have a chance to get hurt. Take your time. Come back when you are ready, not when the people are ready, when you are ready, and you can lead your team to some promise in the NBA playoffs. I mean, WNBA playoffs. I'm sorry. WNBA.
Atlanta Braves, you have the right to start getting Marcelo Zunia's locker clean. Get ready for that trade. Start looking at the prospects who you want to bring in after you trade them, because there's no need to keep him around anymore, especially since you're not competing for a real chance of winning the World Series. So that's what I got. Let's see. As we get ready to put a bow on this show, Anthony Corey said, man, that's a Peachtree Marathon in July. Hot take, 76ers ain't going nowhere. And Embiid will be raining tears. Jerome K says, say it with me, the Philadelphia 76ers. That's all you have to say. No. The VP said, Anthony just as cold as Trae Young's hairline. Jerome K said, the real boxing community have the right to unify under one organization like the UFC and stop putting forth clowns and fake entertainment spectacles as professional combat sports. And the Corey said, Hawks, you got the right to get another center. Falcons got the right not to have another controversy and let Penix play it out no matter what happens. The VP said the NFL are going to be dangerous as they are holding things down while Clark is out. They're smartly playing the long game. I see the Fever getting into the semis this season. Anthony Corey said, laugh out loud, dang, I resemble that insult again, loosen up on the Hawks. VP said, reminded the folks coming to ATL, stay off of Lakeland. No diggity. No doubt. Well, everybody, we got to thank you for watching episode 384. We truly appreciate you all tuning in. We thank you all for your indulgence. As Red said, he wasn't feeling the best. I'm not feeling the best, but we made it through. We'll be back. Same Facebook page, same YouTube channel, same time next week. Also, please know, next week will be the last show until we take a few week hiatus as we refresh, regroup, and we prepare for college football season. So come out, be with us as we have our last show for this season until we start back up in late August. Peace and love, everybody. We truly appreciate you. Episode 385 on deck next week. Peace and love. We're out of here.